Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and now with the Steam Autumn Sale in the rear view mirror, we have the regular game deals of the week, but there still are some pretty good game deals this week, some deals that are even better than what were available during the Autumn Sale, so let's get right into this with the top 5 best PC game deals of the week. Starting things off, I really wanted to mention this game. Number 5 is going to be Red Orchestra 2 Heroes of Stalingrad with Rising Storm on Steam. It is the part of the midweek madness. 75% off for $5. The deluxe edition is also 75% off for $7.50, and I don't know if most of you guys know the story, but Red Orchestra 2 is actually the game that got me into PC gaming. Yes, back in 2011, this was the game that got me into PC gaming. There was a free weekend for Red Orchestra 2. I always had Steam downloaded, but I never played a lot of games on it, and there was a free weekend for Red Orchestra 2. I downloaded it. A friend of mine also downloaded it, was playing it with an Intel Core i3 and the Intel HD graphics, and the game was a lot of fun. It ran very poorly given the fact that I was using integrated graphics, had to turn all the settings down, and then I ended up enjoying the game so much that I bought a Radeon HD 6670 and put it in my pre-built computer at that time. So a little bit of history on my part. That's why I always like talking about Red Orchestra 2. Just a game that I'm very nostalgic about, and if you want a quality World War II first-person shooter, considering that Call of Duty World War II not the best experience on PC, Red Orchestra 2 is definitely a great time, and most of the community agrees. It's got overwhelmingly positive reviews in its recent reviews, and all time it's got 93% positive, and for just $5 it's a really solid pickup. Make sure to check it out. Moving on to number 4, over on Gamersgate, they've got Watch Dogs 2 70% off for $18.15, and Watch Dogs 2 is a really good game. The first Watch Dogs left a lot to be desired. It was a pretty bad port on PC, and even outside of that, fundamentally that game wasn't that great. It had a lot of issues with its gameplay, but Watch Dogs 2 is a sizable improvement over Watch Dogs. What I compare it to is, think about what Assassin's Creed 2 did for Assassin's Creed. That's kind of like what Watch Dogs 2 does for Watch Dogs. It's just a far better game, much better gameplay, a better story, just overall a better game, and it does run better on PC. So that's great as well. Since this does come from Gamersgate, you are not getting a Steam key, you are getting a Uplay key, and that is it. So that is something to be mindful of. I know a lot of you guys like to have all your games on Steam. I'm kind of like that way. However, even if you buy it on Steam, it still accesses the game through Uplay. So all you're really doing is just adding another layer of DRM, but I don't know, I just like having all my games in the Steam library, and I like getting Steam hours and things like that. I'm just very aware when it comes to things like that, but still, $18.15 for Watch Dogs 2 is a really good deal. If you like the premise of the first Watch Dogs game, but it didn't completely hook you, then definitely give Watch Dogs 2 a look, and if you've yet to play the first game, just jump right in with Watch Dogs 2. It's a far better game, and no reason to really go back and play the first title unless you really enjoy Watch Dogs 2, and then you're like, alright, I gotta play Watch Dogs, which might happen. Watch Dogs 2 is a really solid game. Next up, number 3, wanted to mention a more underrated game, and that's Hacknet, 70% off on Steam for $3. It's the daily deal, and this is a really cool game. It's an immersive terminal-based hacking simulator for PC. You dive down a rabbit hole as you follow the instructions of a recently deceased hacker, whose death may have not been the accident the media reports. That's straight off the Steam description, and this is another game that's got very solid reviews, 94% recent and 93% overall, and obviously when you look at the game, this isn't your typical PC experience. It's very story-driven, and it's as close as you're gonna get to a real-life hacking simulator. And of course, you can probably tell right away by looking at the game, this isn't a very difficult game to run. You can run this on the most bare bones of PCs, so even if you're watching this on like an old laptop, definitely give Hacknet a look. For $3, it's a solid pickup. Next up for number 2, GOG has got a couple of games on sale that I want to mention. They've got A Hat in the Time, Owlboy, Pinball World, and more, up to 90% off. The highlights of this sale, Owlboy is an awesome game. It doesn't have the deepest discount with only a 25% off discount down to $18.74, but this is an awesome platformer. The game is absolutely beautiful to look at, so even with the steep price of $18.74, I think for that price, it's still worth it. And for the type of game it is, it does have a sizable amount of content to it. Other highlights include Ukulele, 50% off for $20. That was a game developed by Playtonic Games, a new studio that was comprised of developers from Rare, the guys that made a lot of N64 platformers, such as Banjo-Kazooie. Ukulele is a little bit of a dated experience, but it's also a very nostalgic experience. I wouldn't say that it was worth the initial $40 price tag that it released at earlier this year, but at $20, I think that's a much more palatable price point. And finally, I also want to mention Ori and the Blind Forest, which is 50% off as a part of their sale, down to $10. I've talked in length about this game. This is a tremendous game, a very emotional platformer with an amazing art style, great gameplay. Even if you're not the biggest biggest fan of platformers, I would still check this game out because it's one of the most beautiful games ever, and one of the gamers a lot of gamers point to when they talk about video games being a form of art. So check out those titles, a couple of good ones to pick up, albeit some of them are a bit expensive. Finally, number 1, Fanatical, formerly known as Bundle Stars, have got a Doom bundle that is absolutely great. There's 2 different tiers, it's not a big bundle, but tier 1 for $10 will get you Doom, the 2016 title, and that's a great deal already. I believe that's a historic low for Doom. I think prior to this, the lowest I had seen was like $12 and change, but just $10 for Doom is a great pickup. This was one of my favorite PC games of 2016. It ran amazingly on PC, it looked fantastic, and gameplay-wise, it was great as well. You've got a solid single-player campaign in there that's actually a quality experience, unlike a lot of first-person shooters, and that single-player campaign to me really became the highlight of the Doom experience. And the tier 2 for $20 will also get you access to Doom Classic Complete and Doom 3 BFG Edition. $20 is a bit expensive for all that, but at the very least, pick up tier 1 Doom for $10 is a fantastic deal. And like I said, I think it is a historic low for that game. So that's gonna wrap up the top 5 PC game deals of this week. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below if you picked any of these up. Not the biggest deals in the world, but some interesting games to pick up nonetheless. That deal on Watch Dogs 2 is really good. The Doom deal's really solid. Red Orchestra 2 is a game I'm super nostalgic with, and 75% off for $5 for that game is a solid pickup. As always, guys, thanks for watching. If you have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.